Hello, everybody. Welcome to Call of Cthulhu, Deviant Diners. Sadly, we are 2 players down tonight, but that isn't going to stop us from horrible, terrible, inevitable doom. So we are going to start. I'm going to start by quickly thanking our sponsors. We have Roll20, Tabletop Loop, So Nerdware, and Devin Rue. We're very grateful that they sponsor us and support the channel, so do go check them out. They all have amazing stuff. Considering what my bank account looked like, I'm not going there, but you can. Welcome to the Party RPG as its own Patreon to support us and help us keep things running and keep us with nice looking streams with fancy overlays and stuff. And we have a Discord where you can come hang out and chat with us and other people. We're going to go around and introduce our lovely players. Counterclockwise is a little difficult because it's like blank, blank. But then we have Irene McCown is being played by.
Hey, I'm Kate, also known as Undead Kate on the interwebs.
All right, moving straight on to Princess Sophia, who is muted.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
My name is Lana. I will be playing Princess Sophia of the Netherlands. You can find me as Lana Leesvoer, which is Dutch and unpronounceable in English, but you can see it right there.
Leesvoer.
Leesvoer. Reading.
Don't forget to really roll that R.
Voer.
There you go. I'm not even gonna make the remark I was about to make. We're just gonna go straight on to Captain Elliot.
Hi, I'm Simon, or Si on Discord. You can find me on Twitter at DDarkweaver, which I'm never on, but you're welcome to find me there. I hope you enjoy the game.
Thank you. I am Aniek. You can find me on Twitter at Aniekster. It's mainly art and politics, so tread carefully. And I am tonight's keeper, which is the Call of Cthulhu name for Dungeon Master. And if I look a little frazzled, it's because I am. Because players dropped out. And there's a bit of story scrambling going on. But we will be fine in our inevitable demise. And I'm going to go look at my players for a recap. Who wants to volunteer this time?
I think it's my turn, isn't it?
I think you're right. I think you're the only one who hasn't done it yet out of the people currently present.
I thought I would be okay because there were more people, but yay. Okay.
No, you just didn't do your homework.
These are my notes.
Let's be honest, they're better than mine.
Yeah, are yours also stained and like, well, anywho. Okay.
Yes.
I was getting Freddy, my dog. Oh no, let's start. There was a woman on the floor. I thought she might be my maid. She wasn't my maid. She also wasn't there. This was very weird. Then I got my dog. Found a notepad which had indentations of shit. Oh god, I'm so bad at this. I didn't write anything down. I went with Captain Elliot to find things, and we found a death shard in the kitchen, which we put in a teapot, and then we put the teapot in the skillet, and then we put a note on the skillet that people shouldn't touch it because he got really injured touching it.
Yes, you Matrushka dolled the creepy stone.
Yes, and then we put a note on it, so don't touch it, and then we used his pen to trace what was on the note, and it was the address of this place and the day that we're here. Then we went back to the ballroom. Miss McCown and Miss Stone were going to take a car to go get some constabulary people thingies. Oh, and there was a thing with the phones, which was really fucking weird again. Mm-hmm. And Captain Elliot seemed to be talking to someone who shouldn't be alive.
Yep.
Yeah, because it was Mr. McCown and...
Mr. Dorsey.
Dorsey.
Yeah, Lord Dorsey.
Sorry.
Lord Dorsey.
Lord Dorsey, yes.
And he shouldn't be alive. So that was wrong. And then I talked to France and they were very rude.
Sorry. Oh, this is great. It's very. Your recap is very in the spirit of the game. This is fine.
Then I asked the footman to help me make a list of all the rooms in the house, which I have here. I will not repeat it, but I do have it, checks and all. And we decided to start checking out the cellar. We found a leather-bound journal at the end of the cellar. There was lots of missing pages. There was a page about someone in the Great War. It went over to mundane things about shipping, partners, and foreigners. And the entries get shorter, 1 to 2 sentences, voices. And the final entry was, I understand now. Yeah. Oh, and then and Miss McCown and Miss Stone couldn't go to the constabulary because the car was tampered with, and all the cars were tampered with.
And none of us are mechanics.
Not my skill set, my dear, sadly.
We pay people to fix it for us, whatever.
That's just about all.
That's true for most of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's why the good Lord
Also-
invented mechanics.
Also, my dog doesn't give me bonuses, but when I mention him while rolling, I roll really high. Or low.
Yes, you do. You do aggravatingly well on your sanity rolls.
It's a dog. Dogs help.
Really? I don't.
Our keeper doesn't like her dogs today.
No, a dog singular. The other one's an angel. The other one has
Issues.
issues.
Maybe she's just acting that way because she knows the other one is your favorite.
Well, this, however,
Maybe.
please don't mention which one is my favorite in front of them. They can hear you.
Oops.
In their defense, there is a dog going completely mental in the house behind us. And they have to have the last word. I do find a few pieces missing in your recap, specifically the tail end. Because we actually left on a cliffhanger that did not involve you for once.
Yes.
They only take notes about me.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
I
priorities.
try not to metagame.
Sure, that's what we'll call it. It's not self-absorption at all.
She is a royal princess, let's face it.
The world does revolve around her.
Pretty much.
But it's true. Captain Elliot was feeling. Can you tell us what happened? Because I forgot.
If I remember correctly, we were heading towards. We'd been in the cellar and we were coming back upstairs.
Where you ran into me and pulled a gun on me. And then
By
we started to go back up.
accident.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Well, I didn't shoot it.
This is true. That would have been
That would have been very bad. I'm do admit.
Bad
And
or
then
hilarious.
depending on
bad
my
and hilarious.
depending on
Probably
my
depends on who you ask and how well he aims.
And then we got back upstairs and
You were coming up the stairs.
yeah.
Mhm.
You were. I have you on the map again. You were coming up the stairs with the little purple circle,
That's correct.
Mhm.
and you opened the door to the main hallway. You had a marching order.
Yeah,
Princess Sophia behind you was amazingly stealth, and you're barely aware she's even there.
I was going to take everyone hunting to practice their stealth.
Yes, because a lot of you were a little clumpy.
Most of us, I believe.
I think
Yes.
everybody else failed the stealth rolls.
I had an
Yes.
extreme success.
Well, most of you failed it, and one of you actually
Fumbled
hard
it.
failed it, fumbled it. There was a 98 in there somewhere. So good news. They know you're coming. But what was far more important towards the end was as Captain Elliot pushed open the door, he heard behind him,
The sound of my sister.
yes, who was asking him why it's so dark in here.
And I whiz round and to see if I can hear the source of this voice.
You see a dark and narrow staircase. Princess Sophia is probably somewhere in there. You can barely see her.
Did anybody just hear that?
Hear what?
There is some very, very strange things happening in this house.
Yes.
Beginning to suspect that remaining in this house for any longer period of time is going to seriously affect our security and sanity.
Well, Captain, I would agree with you, but when I was walking these gorgeous grounds to get my dog, outside isn't any better. I saw a woman who wasn't there. And the cars are all shot, so...
Simon, who are you talking to?
What do you want us to do? Captain?
I just heard another voice again, and that was... This is beginning to freak me out now. Poppy, Penny, can you hear me?
Of course we can, Simon.
Where are you?
Can't see.
Are you in a dark place, or have you got a blindfold on?
No, it's just dark.
Okay, well, remain where you are, and I'll come and try and find you.
Who are you going to find, Captain? What's happening?
I can hear the voice of my sister.
Did she
She
go with
should
you?
not be anywhere near here.
Maybe she wanted to surprise you.
I think it's unlikely.
Well, if you hear your sister, you must introduce me.
I don't think that you can hear her, and that's worrying me quite a great deal.
You can hear her right now.
I was able to up until about 10 seconds ago. I assume that Penny, you can still hear me, Penny. Okay, I can hear humming in the background, and that's really disconcerting. And you can't hear. Look, we need to get out of here. This is beginning to. Right.
Well, I totally agree, but how would we get out of here?
Walk.
Excuse me?
I understand. I believe me, I do. But especially in these shoes. But I let's go back to the dining room and make sure that the other guests are still here.
All right. Otherwise, we could always ride. We could try the horses.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, they can't unplug a horse.
That's a very good point. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to the ballroom where we know that the other guests are supposed to be.
As you start to head down, Captain Elliot, can I please have a sanity check?
Yeah.
I knew this was coming.
Was it because I was messing with your head?
Oh. Did I fail again?
You failed.
Not too badly.
Well, you can choose to spend luck points, or
No,
you can't because
You
it's a
can't.
sanity roll.
No,
I reminded myself of this.
Talked
I
about
told you.
this.
I told you I was frazzled tonight, guys. I'm
No,
very fragile.
my sanity is down to 44.
Yes,
I'm beginning to get a little frazzled.
you are. It's wearing you down a little. You're used to, you're a man of combat and action and enemies that come at you head on, not this weirdness.
No, I'm right.
But why wouldn't your sister be here?
Because she's, as far as I'm aware, and believe me, they would have told me if they knew, if they were moving. They are currently at my brother's estate, which is about 200 miles from here.
Well, that's not that far. She could have just gone, come up and visited you.
She
At least
wasn't
that's what I would like to believe.
So would I, but she wouldn't know that I'm here.
Huh.
My family are unaware that I'm attending this gathering this
Well,
evening.
word gets around. You know how it goes.
Is there a check for lying to yourself?
To be fair, I do think that whilst my social calendar isn't sometimes a matter of note, it's usually after the affair rather than before it.
When damages need to be paid.
when damages need to be paid.
Well, all right. Because we're all seeing things and hearing things.
Well, Miss McCown is still...
That's what I was asking. Miss McCown, have you had any apparitions or...
Yeah, you know that Lord Dorsey fellow? Pretty sure that's who I saw when I went to the ballroom earlier. Nobody else seemed to see him, but he was looking at some note, some piece of paper.
Lord Dorsey, he is deceased.
He went right through me.
Ah!
Yeah, it was kind of freaky.
Yeah, that would...
Right. Someone
Right.
is playing an elaborate prank on us, and I don't see the humor in this.
No, and to be honest, I'm beginning to really hope that this isn't part of Lady Dorsey's surprise after dinner.
The
She
late
looked-
Lady Dorsey.
She looked really dead. I don't think... Well, the doctor is in on it, and he just pronounced her dead, and she's alive, and she's going to come out laughing any minute.
To be honest, I have seen wounds like that before,
Yes.
and I did check her pulse, and she did seem to be dead.
Well, also, you seemed to hear your sister, and you seemed to see the late Mr. Lord, you know, that guy. And I seemed to see a dead woman lying in the gardens who wasn't there.
Now, you're making some very fair and reasonable points. However, given the fact that you've seen something that wasn't there, and Miss McCowan has seen something that wasn't there, it's unlikely for me to hear something that isn't there.
Well, you've got these
That's-
fancy record-playing things. Maybe they played an elaborate prank and
It's possible.
recorded your sister.
It's possible. However, I believe it was that Sherlock Holmes fellow who said, "When you have eliminated all else, whatever is left, however improbable, is the truth." I think we should try and see if we can find more information about what's going on. The servants will know if there are pranks being done.
Okay, what do you suggest?
Well, for the first part, I think we go back to the ballroom and see if any of the other guests have got any inkling of what the surprise was supposed to be. And then I suggest that we speak to the servants and find out whether or not this is a series of pranks that Lady Dorsey had organised for after dinner surprise, or
Yeah,
whether or not there's something
nice.
genuinely off going on.
I think that's probably the best course of action.
I'm open to other suggestions.
Well, no, the other suggestion I have is find some horses and leave them to it. But I also am missing my maid, and I would rather not leave her here.
No, I agree. I'm missing my man as well. I would rather not leave him here. Plus, I think horse riding at night on down country lanes is not the safest thing that one can do.
Wow, it's a bit of a venture.
Given the circumstances, I'm more than happy to attempt it.
Are you not a night rider? Sorry.
To be honest with you, any time of the day or night, really. But
I'm not making any riding jokes.
no, and to be honest with
point.
you, I think I'm trying humour here to mask the fact that I'm beginning to get really quite seriously scared.
Who's the group's horse girl?
Captain, well, if you're scared, that I'd rather not be scared. I will choose to remain annoyed.
Princess, that's probably the best thing that you can do. I'm not choosing to be scared. I can assure you.
Well, if the officer in charge is scared, I'd better find a drink.
I think we should get back to the ballroom where we know we can hopefully get some A, information, and B, alcohol.
Yes. Lead the way.
Miss McCowan.
Yes.
And I'll say, please, come with us.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not staying down here.
Excellent. I do think we should all try and stick together. And go back to the ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
Little point of order, where are our teammates who are not here at the moment? Are they just with us?
What teammates?
Well, the good doctor and the good archaeologist.
There's just the three of you. I don't know what you're talking about.
But
where is the doctor? And
I'm not 100% certain. He was there a little while ago. He may have gone off to investigate.
I mean, how wide are these stairs?
The stairs are about... They're the back of the house stairs. They're about one person width, considering the size of the doctor.
But it's,
and
Have
marching
they gone back
order-wise,
on the
they were
ladder?
roughly in the middle.
Miss McCowan, they must have passed you. They must have gone back.
I didn't see them pass me.
Well, no, but they haven't passed us either, and Freddy would have noticed. Who has the lamp? I'll go check in the cellar again.
okay. I'm not gonna. I'll go back down as well. Then, if you're
Yes.
going back to the cellar, I'm not going to
well,
split up the party.
No, we
You
should.
were-
Two more people.
You were coming up to the top floor, so all the way back down is also skipping the ground floor.
Right.
You're currently on the upper floor,
Yeah.
because you were
That's
going to go
right.
to the window where
That's
Miss
correct.
McCann saw
Oh,
someone
that's
when
right.
she was
That's
outside.
right. Yeah.
So you are on the upper floor. You still haven't entered the main hallway, so you're still very much cramped up in a very, very tightly squeezed into the stairs landing, half on the stairs, half in a tiny hallway.
Look,
This is just idiotic. They can't have passed us. They can't have passed you, and they've vanished.
I'm.
But how is that even possible?
Well, magicians do a lot these days, but I didn't think they were in on it.
Well, unless we have Harry Houdini suddenly appearing, I believe that we do have some issues. Let's get back down to the ballroom. Let's go and join up with everybody else that we can find.
So we're not going to check the man you saw in the window.
If we wish to, we can do it.
No, it's good, but I'm just we're losing people. We are having plans, and the
Yes.
captain in charge is scared.
I don't understand what's going on here.
No, neither do I,
Ooh.
and that's why I'm scared. But well, look. I tell you what. Let's go to the bedroom. Let's see if there's anybody in there, and then we'll go back downstairs to the ballroom. How about that?
Right, let's not stay on this stupid
All right.
stairs any longer.
Right.
Yeah, let's go.
Right? Captain Elliot finishes pushing open the door.
Yeah.
Enters the main hallway. At the
Yep.
end of the hallway is the entrance to the main bedroom that used to belong to Lady Dorsey. The door has been closed by someone in the meantime.
I'm opening it.
Alright.
I'm drawing my pistol.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to open the door with my left hand. Does it open inwards or outwards?
Inwards.
Inwards. So turn it and push it in.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are the
look-
ladies behind you, or
With
a
the
little,
ladies
little
behind
fur- further behind
yeah.
you, or like directly behind him?
5-10 feet?
Freddy in front of me, and me with my tiny little gun behind.
Okay. You push open the door, and on the floor is a body covered in a sheet, and a body covered in a sheet.
How many bodies? 2 or 1? 2. Go and check the first body. Is that Lady Dorsey where I originally covered her?
It is.
Check the second body.
It's Mr. Sterling.
Oh, wait.
Oh, okay. And I check his pulse.
Oh, they're dead. No need to roll anything. They're dead. What? He is almost as far into rigor mortis as Lady Dorsey is.
But is there blood? Is there a head wound?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Like, did you just lift the sheet for the head? Did you rip it off? It depends on what you see, what you did.
I'm gonna. Once I've identified it's Mr. Sterling, I'm gonna draw the sheet further down and search for some kind of wound.
As you draw it further down, you see a wound very similar to Lady Dorsey's.
Okay, at the moment, my money is on Mr. Connor. That he's been a shifty little.
Can you check his pockets? I've got a confession to make here, because
Sure.
you see, I followed Mr. Sterling for a bit, and he came and checked out Lady Dorsey's body.
Okay, I'll go. I'll pat him down. I'll go through his inside jacket pockets, outside jacket pockets, trousers, the whole. Just pat him.
Completely pat him down.
Absolutely.
He was going through some of her stuff, so.
Well, she's dead. Doesn't count.
Yeah.
He's not going to complain.
I'll take a spot hidden.
Okie-dokie. Spot hidden. Seriously? I'm going to use 11 luck points to make that roll.
To make it an actual success.
Yeah.
Okay. In his pockets, you find pocket watch, wallet, snub-nosed revolver.
I'll take that.
And a small, one of those little flip-over notebooks.
I'll take that as well.
Great.
I'll slip the revolver into a jacket pocket.
Okay.
And I'll say I found a notebook and start and flip it over and bring it over so that the ladies can read it at the same time I am.
I am desperately looking things up about what is in this notebook because I forgot to write down a name. It's got to be in here somewhere.
This is Lady Dorsey's bedroom, right?
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Does it have like a really cute letter writing station with notes and shit?
Yes, it has one of those old secretary desks that you roll. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, of course she has one of those. They're all the rage right now.
I'm going to check it out because she must have notes on this special occasion, and I really want to believe this is just foolery.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to believe that as well. I just don't.
So, can I investigate?
Yes, you can
Let's
roll spot hidden again.
Yeah. Oh,
Good
yeah.
luck.
Nice.
Nice.
Hard
Pretty.
to wait.
I think I'm gonna go skip back a little to the little notebook Captain Elliot found.
I was just doing something so you could look up things.
Yes, I think I found everything, and if not, we will retcon the hell out of this because it's one of those days.
Sounds good to me.
You find there's on the notebook, a lot of it's illegible, but you find a small list in a very narrow black print, like someone was handwriting and it just was in a hurry. You find a list of names.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts with Miss Price, and then it says Mr. Marquez, and then it says Blue,
Blue, as in.
as in blue, as in the color.
Oh, blue.
And then it says Sterling, and then it says Dorsey. Those are the names.
So Marquez, how is that spelled, please?
Marquez.
Okay, so
That's
Spanish. Spanish rather than Russian. Okay. Shame Dr.
In
Roy's
the secretary, I feel really bad because you had a hard success, but it's very noticeable that it is empty. There is nothing. But like the kind of empty when
Too
someone's
empty.
been through it and taken absolutely everything.
Huh. Can I, with my hard success, maybe see if something fell through a crack that they didn't take? Like behind them, then when you pull out...
You're
like,
actually going like
drawer
under and just open, like shaking out the drawers and
yeah,
stuff.
with a hard success, I think.
Yeah, no, but you're
Yeah.
really. I was thinking you were searching more ladylike, being a princess, but you're just going for it, like the
You know,
proud woman you are.
I'm a Dutch princess. I'm pragmatic.
They do tend to be much more practical than
Yeah.
they're more sophisticated. Oh, that's not
going after it like a truffle pig in the forest.
I'm going to take that as a compliment, but I don't know if I should.
No, you're good. They're tremendously valuable.
That is an amazing compliment.
Actually, you just told me a prize pig. Thank you.
You find a little strap of leather
Mm-hmm.
that looks like it probably used to be a bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yep.
I have opinions. Well, someone's been through here.
Yeah, I agree. Let's now that we've found Mr. Stern.
Another dead person.
Yeah, I know. I'll cover the body back up again with a sheet.
Thank you.
Who
Who
then
put the sheet over?
That's a good question. I was going to say
Because-
that.
that's an
Yeah,
extraordinarily
because
good question.
Lady Dorsey didn't have a sheet over. We did that. So the
I
killer
agree.
changed its MO?
I agree that this is extremely strange, and let's go. Maybe somebody downstairs has got some answers. Maybe something happened whilst we were in the cellar that they can inform us.
Sure.
Yeah,
go
let's-
on again.
Yeah.
Come, Freddy.
Right.
No, don't lick the blood. No.
I was gonna say, Freddy's going at the dead bodies.
No, darling. No.
We'll and I'll making sure that the ladies are following me. I'm going to lead the way back downstairs.
Regular staircase or servant staircase?
Regular staircase.
Regular.
Yeah, there's
staircase.
no reason for us to like hide.
No.
All right, down the regular staircase. All right, you come out at the landing. You open the door to the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing particularly noticeable.
I'll step through, check directions, make sure there's nobody else about, and then making sure that the ladies are following behind me and they're still with me.
Yes.
Move
yes,
towards the
we're
dining
coming.
room.
All right, you head towards the dining room where the servants are all gathered.
I will
Okay.
put my gun back in my garter for now.
I'll holster my weapon as well.
Mine's going in my little clutch.
Best not to scare them.
So bonus points for not spooking the mob.
Yeah.
Look at us being smart.
For now.
Once.
And I'll open the dining room door.
Yep. Yeah, not much news. Group of servants.
Has anyone left this room?
Well, the one nearest the door says no, sir. Of course not. But we did have a new addition, though.
Oh.
And in
No?
the
Mr. Marquez?
who?
Mr. Marquez?
I don't know, Mr. Marquez. I'm afraid.
Oh, just checking.
I think his name is Jamie or something. And
Jamie?
you see Dr. Roy's boy in the corner.
Jaime.
Jaime.
Exactly.
Jaime.
No, he's out. He's on the floor, just conked out,
Huh.
drooling a little.
Well, that bodes bodes well because
Arm around a bottle of wine.
at least we found one of the missing people.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look on the bright
Is the
side.
child awake,
No.
or is he passed out?
No, he's out.
I'll ask the servants. Did he say anything or mention anything before he crashed out?
No, I think he got caught by Mr. Sterling and sent back here.
Ah,
He said Mr. Sterling.
Yes. You've met Mr. Sterling? He's
Yes,
he's in
yes.
the
Yes.
ballroom.
He's in the what?
He's in the ballroom with
He's
the
in
rest
the
of the
ballroom.
guests. Yes.
Oh, he is.
Yes.
Oh, that would be lovely.
They all
Okay.
seem surprised that you're surprised, and they're like
okay. I'm gonna
upper class people, man.
I'm going to have a quick inspection of the boy. Does there look like there's any blood spatters or blood on his hands or
Puncture marks.
No, there's mud on his boots.
Yeah.
And the bottom of his trousers. He has those. I'm sure this is a universal experience. He has those grass stains you get on your butt if you sit in wet grass for too long.
Oh, that
Right,
one,
yeah.
And he just reeks of alcohol. And a
Marvelous.
little bit of vomit. But mainly alcohol.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to try and surreptitiously just see if I can find a weapon on his body.
Yeah, you don't even need to roll for that because he doesn't have anything.
Okay, fine. And I'll say
Unless you want to like break the bottle so you can glass someone,
no.
like good
no,
old
no,
English
no.
chaff style.
Yeah, no. We're good. We're good.
Not again.
I'm going to say to the guy on the I'm going to say to the guy on the door, make sure this lad does not leave.
The servants kind of snicker. They're going, I think we'll manage.
I assumed you would be capable of it. Right. We'll be back shortly, ish. And head.
Is there any word on when the police will arrive?
Not yet. I'll let you know as soon as they do.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
It may be some time. You know what the local constabulary can be like.
Sir, with all due respect, we have women here. They're going to need to use the facilities.
Okay, this is what we're going to do. Anyone who needs to use facilities must go with a partner.
No one
and-
goes alone.
No one goes anywhere alone.
No.
And
All right, sir.
at least one footman goes with each pair.
All right, sir. I'm sorry.
Try
What
and
is going on? This sounds very.
there's some dreadful things have happened. I wish to spare you the specific details. Just trust me when I say that the safest place that you can be right now is together in this room.
You
If
see
you-
the servant. They're starting to look a little more worried.
Okay. If you need food, if you need water or drinks, if you need the facilities, you go out in a group of you goes out and gets what you want and returns together. Nobody leaves on their own.
Yes, sir.
Trust me, it's for your own good. Think
Yes, ma'am. Your Highness,
things.
ma'am.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
Ladies, I
Madness.
think that we should go to the ballroom.
Well, let's.
Okay.
Yes.
Any
Right.
news of my maid? No. No?
Sorry, ma'am. No, ma'am. You head on to the ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
You open the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not much different than when you left.
So, Miss Stone is there.
Yes.
Lord and Lady Irritation.
Yes, the Montgomerys.
The Montgomerys.
They are my hosts, Captain.
They're still irritating. I assume we've got the one maid there still frantically trying to pour drinks for people.
Yes.
Has Mr. Connor returned?
No. You do see Mr. Sterling.
Wait, what?
like I said, everyone was still there.
I'm gonna just quietly like
I'm
point
going
out.
to reach into my inside pocket and see if I still have a notebook.
No.
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to wander over to Mr. Sterling. Just as a complete question from left field, do you know Mr. Marquez?
Like he was mid card game with the Montgomerys. He has his jacket draped over his chair, scotch neat next to him, smoking away, and he just sort of looks, what? No, and continues his card game.
I believe him?
I don't know. Can you roll me a psychology check?
I can, but it's going to be bloody dreadful.
If we're sticking close, could we also?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure. If you're all together,
we are. We're
you
sticking
can certainly.
together.
Ooh.
Oh.
Captain Elliot.
What, again?
Have you considered sacrificing a goat at midnight and then burning some sage?
Yeah, I'm seriously gonna
Apparently.
consider it
Or
very
just bring your dog because I had a success again.
No, at first,
Well, I brought
Mr.
my man. I didn't think I'd need a pet as well. He is my
Captain
emotional
Elliot?
support animal.
Captain Elliot, I mean, he's right here. You don't have a notebook. Maybe this is like a you thing? Maybe you're just seeing things. Maybe this is in your mind.
Okay.
Miss McCown, you're a little freaked out and you're just a little too obsessed with, oh god, he's actually here, to notice if he's actually lying to you or not.
Okay.
We wait for good night cuddles. And Princess
We're back.
Sophia.
3-2-1, we're back in the room.
And we're back.
My eyes, not around the eyes.
You get the feeling that his answer was a little too quick.
Yes, and he's also obviously playing a prank on us. How did he get down here so fast?
Do you ask him out loud?
No, but I do. Oh, Mrs. Sterling.
Oh, Your Highness, please. Do you want to join the game?
No, but we both know that, Miss Marquez, you do know.
I'm
Don't
sorry,
lie
what?
Don't lie to royalty, come on.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about right now.
Sure you do.
God, I love this.
Are you winning?
I'm afraid Lady Montgomery is taking me to the cleaners.
Well done, Edna, well done.
Edna's just going, ugh. I'm sure he'll win it back in half an hour. That's how it always goes. I never know when to stop. And
No.
and Lord Montgomery just sort of goes, ain't that the truth?
Yes, but Edna, how long have you been playing, Mrs. Sterling?
Oh, I think this is our fifth hand? Hour and a half, 2 hours? I don't know. Time flies when you're locked in a ballroom.
Mm-hmm. I know, dear.
You're not locked in, my dear.
We were strongly advised to stay after a brutal murder after we were lied about said brutal murder to.
Yes, I understand.
She is not happy with you.
Mrs. Sterling, do you have a brother?
I have 4.
Ah, that explains a lot. Thank you.
Why are you inquiring about my younger brothers?
Oh, I'm still single. And I leave.
I think they're a little young for you, ma'am.
How much younger?
The eldest is 12.
Oh.
Uh,
Do they look any like you? Like strong family resemblance?
Well, they're under 12. My father went on with his mistress.
Oh, half brother.
Yes.
Okay, you were in on the surprise, weren't you?
No, I was
surprise?
invited here for the surprise.
I'm sorry, this is all really confusing today. Is there any alcohol left?
Quite a lot. I believe the maid resupplied recently.
Good. Keep playing Edna. She'll lose in the end.
So I've heard. It's what I'm hoping for.
Captain Elliot, let's go get a drink.
I escort the princess to the bar, and
Okay, he was lying about not knowing the man.
yeah.
He's also here, and Edna has to. Well, I wouldn't call her stupid, but she's not a complicated woman.
I
So
understand.
she doesn't
Well,
lie.
interestingly enough, remember the notebook that I took from the Mr. Sterling upstairs?
Yes, the notebook with the list.
It's gone.
But we all saw it.
I know.
I'm gonna need a
Believe me.
sanity
And
check
I
on
open
this.
I open my jacket
Yeah,
and say, believe me, ladies. In all sincerity,
yeah.
at this point, I am not going to be screwing you about. The notebook is gone. I'm beginning to freak out a little bit.
I'm volunteering a sanity check because I was telling myself this was all not real.
Smart. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've earned one.
Well, this is all not real. They
Definitely
are
not.
playing us.
I do think it's also time for Miss McCown to roll another sanity check, because a dead man is sitting there playing cards.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna say that's more than fair.
Well, if he
But,
did
you know, maybe it is
Yeah.
his 12-year-old brother upstairs.
or maybe it's just me, because I'm the only one failing sanity.
I think so. Maybe it is just
Yeah.
Captain Elliot.
No.
Maybe you're all inside of his fever
Captain-
dream.
Captain, when I saw this, I think we maybe hired someone who looks like him. You know
It's-
how people get with these murder mystery parties?
Yeah, well, it's possible, but I'm beginning to get a little twitchy.
Okay, go stroke Freddy. It always helps.
You may want to rephrase that, but yes. Also, I'm supposed to shout out subscribers, but
good.
I'm the new subscriber, so yay me!
Awesome.
Pet Freddy, have him sit on your lap. You'll feel better in 5 minutes.
Well,
And
I'm
here's a
going to
bag.
go. I'm going to go and sit down in the corner. I'm going to take the dog with me.
There you
I'm
go.
going to take
Take
I'm gonna
the
take
dog.
a large single malt scotch with me, and I'm going to go and sit in a nice chair in the corner and woosah.
This is a gorgeous art bag. There you go.
Freddie, you and I are about to get acquainted. Come here, buddy. I sort of carry him like a football under one arm, and drink in the other.
Freddy doesn't mind.
Freddy just sort of looks back at you and goes, "Is this what we're doing? Okay, this is what we're doing." And you sort of limply hang, start going, "Yeah, apparently I'm a PTSD support animal now."
Oh, he is.
The captain, the dog, and Scotch are in a corner. Miss McCown and Princess Sophia.
Miss McCown, you
Yes.
saw the body. I saw the body. Do you agree with me? This has to be some sort of hoax.
I mean, surely there's nothing else that can explain it.
No. But who's in on it? Edna's not smart enough to be in on it. I think she's safe. She's a dear, but she's not smart enough for this. I am suspecting the doctor, as he left us. And, what was her name? The archaeology lady.
Miss
Bill-
Johnson.
yeah.
Excuse me, Captain Elliot. You're off in a corner.
Yes. I thought very highly of Miss Johnson, but she also seems to have left us, so I don't know. How's Miss Stone? You spent the most time with her.
She seems okay. A bit irritated, wanted to get out of here, but you know, the vehicle situation, which is another thing. I mean, why would they try to keep us here?
Oh, to have us enjoy more fun shenanigans.
Yes.
You're petting a dog, Captain. How's your drink?
Not nearly full enough.
Maid, yes. Just another for him. Yes, just one more. One. We have to keep you a bit. Okay, so. Maybe we should ask Miss Stone if she's seeing things that are not supposed to be there. If you trust her not to be in on it.
I mean, I'm not saying that I trust her per se, but it's worth an ask.
Okay. Do I see Miss Stone?
Yeah, she's in the ballroom. She's apparently giving up on socializing with you guys running off all the time, and the Montgomerys playing cards, and Mr. Connor nowhere to be found. She's actually doing one of my favorite things to do during a party, reading a book.
Which book?
Hard to tell from this distance.
I'll go up to her and I say, my dear, I'm so sorry to disturb your reading. I know how annoying that can be. But
It's quite alright.
I have a really weird question to ask you.
She looks a little more interested and actually puts the book down a little.
And not much weirder than what's been happening today, but many of the guests tonight report on seeing things or hearing things that on second inspection aren't there or shouldn't be there. And I was just checking if anyone else had seen or heard things, because I'm starting to suspect an elaborate prank being played on us.
Well, for one thing, Carmen wasn't one to play pranks.
Carmen?
Lady Dorsey, my apologies.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm sorry. You're on first name basis.
Yes, we're quite
Not
close.
anymore.
You're petting a dog, Captain.
Seize the snide remarks while the women speak.
Peanut gallery.
Know your place.
No, like I said, it doesn't seem. I mean, Carmen was always very much. She wasn't the sneaky kind, you know. She wouldn't. Pranks would take too long to set up. She'd blurt out what she was planning to prank you with if it was ever a concern.
What was she planning after dinner?
I don't know.
But if she was one to blurt out plans like that.
I know, I was very impressed. I heard it was some kind of unveiling, but you know, she's unveiled a prize horse before and a new gown. I don't know. I just show up. I'm supportive, you know.
Mm-hmm. But
So it essentially
I will.
anything?
Yes, I mean, Carmen was progressive and modern, but also, forgive the stereotype, a little flighty. I was also going to say it would have been a far more elaborate prank than just tonight, because I actually overheard how one of the servants quit after seeing things that weren't real.
Oh, really?
So I mean, I didn't take it seriously at all. I mean, servants quit, you know, it's what they do. It's just hire new ones and hope they're better. But yeah.
If I may ask, what did you hear about that? Any particular details?
Well, the first I've heard of this nonsense was all the way back when Lord Dorsey was still alive.
Oh.
But
Take a seat next to her.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit.
Again, no one took this seriously until Lord Dorsey also seemed to start giving credence to the rumors.
Oh, really?
But of course, then he died himself, and
But
it was just brushed off.
The rumors. What?
Reflections being unreliable.
Who's typing, by the way?
Oh, sorry. I thought I had my mute on. Sensitive mics.
Very sensitive. You get what you pay for, man.
I know.
Reflections being unreliable. Yeah.
Yes. like just nonsense. Like the reflection not being you, whatever.
Mhm.
I mean, I come here often. I never noticed any of these things. Clearly.
To be perfectly frank with you, I did have one such reflection, which I just thought was, me being a bit flighty, but then more people were seeing things, and now you're telling me that other people have seen reflections that weren't their own. So
Well,
I don't want to believe this. I think this is an elaborate prank. I don't really believe. Captain Elliot, are you quite all right?
who's dying?
I'm. Yes, unfortunately, my partner just, and so I'll mute.
No, you're.
Keep
Well,
having the dog.
I think that my delightful other half has stopped dying, which is a really good thing.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think we're in agreement that that is a good thing.
Yeah, dying's not very good for oneself.
Well, on the bright side, you only have to do it once, so you better make it count.
Well, that's what we think. But
Also true. Anyway, we're doing so well with staying on track, guys.
sorry. Herding cats. No, but I had an unreliable reflection, as you put it so well, and I didn't put any truth into it. But now you're telling me this, and this is weird. We must admit it's weird. I don't believe anything.
Look, it started with Anatole and spreading things, and I think, you know, the lower classes can they believe a lot of things.
Exactly. But then I am just about the highest class you can get, and I have been seeing things tonight. So either someone is playing a prank on me, which would be, I don't know, is it treason? I don't know. Anywho, or something is actually happening. Because I'm not one to believe just about anything.
Well,
But
then
I've
I
seen people
hope
being dead that are alive.
this is the best prank that's ever been pulled.
Well, we can agree on this. But if it's not, what do we do?
She turns to Miss McCown and goes, "Weren't you fetching the police? Because that would still be what I would suggest we need to do right now."
How do you suggest we do that when the cars
no.
are all broken?
I wasn't aware the cars were broken. All of them?
Who? Miss Stone?
You were there.
Yeah, you went with me.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
How strange. I mean, I do know how to drive.
Edna?
Yes, darling.
Has Miss Stone been here all the time?
No, she left for a little while.
Okay, where did you go then if you didn't go with Miss McCown?
I don't think I left.
Well, Edna is one of the simpler folk. She doesn't really know how to lie.
I'm telling you, I was here.
Can I psychology this?
Yes, you can.
Woohoo! Oh,
I would like to as well.
I understand. You're right there with her.
I'm gonna put 14 luck into that.
Well, Miss McCown sees.
I know, but I don't know that.
She seems very confused.
Oh my dear.
Perhaps
What's
there's
up?
more going on than I thought.
What are your memories?
I was here. I've been watching the Montgomerys fleecing Mr. Sterling.
Isn't it glorious?
It's
That's
very impressive. Lady Montgomery is excellent at pretending she's not that clever, and then right when they're wagering everything,
It's
it's
her one-
hers.
It's her one talent. It's really quite impressive.
It's really quite amazing. Lord Montgomery and the maids, on the other hand, I've had to step in.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What book are you reading?
Oh, this one here. It was
Yeah.
on one of the cabinets. It's really quite interesting. It's like an atlas.
An atlas.
Oh, really?
It's not called the Necronomicon or just
Dun, dun,
just
dun.
Oscar.
It is not the Necronomicon, but
Thanks.
thank you.
Right for that.
Captain, are you feeling any better? Would you like to join us? This is
Yes, I
very-
will. I'll bring
Come, Freddie.
and
Freddy hops over.
I'll go and join the ladies.
Captain Elliot, Miss Joan told us some rather interesting things about some staff leaving because they saw things here, and Anatole spreading rumors, and also she doesn't remember going with Miss McCown. But Edna does.
I'm telling you, I was here.
And Edna says she did leave for a while. So and
All I did was write like 5 different cards with the name of my tailor because you all want to wear pants.
yes,
Trousers.
Yes.
So close.
but she's reading this rather interesting book. Could we have a look?
Certainly.
Thank you.
It's it is like quite a large atlas, but parts of it seem to be in Latin.
German is my
I can do like 2 lines of Latin, you know, the first 2 lines of the book, and then I nagged my tutor to make me stop. I can still do it though. Marcus et Cornelia in Hortus Ambulans. Should we do Cornelia?
Yes,
Second?
they're
Yeah.
walking through the garden.
Yeah, that one.
I did a different book, but I know the feeling.
Yeah, that's all I remember. I can't read Latin. Can any of you read Latin?
unfortunately
no.
not, apart from the family motto, of course.
Which is?
Orbis non sufficit. The world is not enough.
I wonder. Never mind.
Mine is live and let die. But
I'm sorry. Did I just need to know right now?
Hmm.
I'm not asking you as Captain Elliot. I'm asking you as Sai. Did you pick up on the Mr. Sterling name?
Yes.
Good. At least someone did.
Yes. And I'd be trying very hard not to metagame on that.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Sterling as in money?
No.
I'm gonna just be in the dark over here.
Yeah.
I'm not really smart, you know this.
The
I
thing
don't
is, there's
see-
no way that Captain Elliot would know. So I can't
No.
say anything.
Nobody knows.
I honestly wish I could, but I really can't. So
I understand. No, I just need to know someone got it because I've played games where all of my NPCs were named after obscure Disney characters and no one caught it, and I
No.
had 36 of them, and it hurt.
Okay, that's one I would be able to like totally just get. Yep, there it is.
yeah, if they were all named after the wacky racers or something.
Oh, I hate them. Anyway, shall we continue herding cats?
Yes.
Miss Stone is reading an atlas. Bits of it are in Latin. There's a number of lovely maps. Some arboreal etchings.
Was she looking at any particular map?
From what you saw while you were petting the dog in the corner and crying silently, she was mainly just sort of
Flipping through.
flipping through. She didn't really stop at any particular page.
Okay.
She has also started smoking by now. There's a whole ashtray full. Looks like she's basically chain smoking.
Yum.
I'm-
What?
It's the 1920s. Everyone's chain smoking.
I smoke.
Well, you're a little busy. The rest of the people
I
are
mean-
pretty much chain smoking.
I certainly have a cigarette case with 20 cigarettes, and there's no question.
Mr. Sterling and the Montgomerys are all on cigars.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm steering clear of cigars. They're inelegant.
Oh, you have these really like tiny lady ones?
You have the cigarillos.
They do.
Exactly. And those are for Western cowboys.
So judgmental.
Captain Elliot is one of the almost. He's probably the second largest snob in this game.
And that's why I like him so much.
Probably true. Probably true. You're well matched on snobbery.
I'm almost there.
But
Right,
Miss Stone is starting to look a little disconcerted, but she also seems to be a little bit like what the captain, just like talking herself down. This isn't this weird. Everything's fine. It's ridiculous, but it's not like.
Miss Stone, have you met my dog? Would you like to pet him? It helps.
I really prefer cats.
Has Mr. Connor?
Capperson.
I'm sorry.
Has Mr. Connor returned at all?
No, I haven't seen him. I think since after dinner when he went to go change or something. I don't know.
If by any chance,
he just annoys me so much.
I understand. If by any chance he does resurface, make sure he stays put if you can.
Yes, please.
Considering his size and his disposition, I'll sit on him and he'll probably start crying.
Certainly. Well, certainly if Lord Montgomery sat on him, that should sort him out.
I think that would make everybody cry.
Not me.
I don't know. I think you're underestimating Lord Montgomery here.
Well, he's a big boy.
Yeah. Actually, he might be able to sit on a doctor without too much.
Well, the doctor could certainly sit on this, Mr. Connor.
Oh, yes.
Indeed.
Where is the doctor, by the way?
Yeah, we kind of lost him.
Him and Miss Johnson.
I was going to say, I did enjoy the company of Miss Johnson.
Yeah, she was very charming. She's also very lost.
And her friend, Nathaniel?
Yeah. No, we haven't been able to find him either.
Or the princess's maid, Alina, or my manservant Reeves. We have, however, found the doctor's young companion.
The doctor's boy?
Jaime.
The Batman to his, the Robin to his Batman. But,
I don't understand that reference.
Batman?
His ward.
Man-Bat?
Ah, his ward, yes.
Would this be like a man with wings?
I'm just...
Something like that.
That's a novel concept. You should write a book.
I'm just happy I left my...
I'd be just ripping Zorro off anyway.
I'm just happy I left my partner at home for the evening.
Yes.
Your partner doesn't mind you coming alone? I'm sorry.
I was about to say he's quite used to it.
Right. Moving swiftly on.
Captain?
I'm at the moment I'm at a loss for what we can do constructively. I'm open to suggestions. As far as we're aware, some strange things have happened. There's been at least one murder. We can't contact the outside world. And we can't go anywhere because apparently our cars have been sabotaged.
We did talk about trying to ride horses, though it's horses, and I have a tendency that just doesn't go well. But I'd be happy to try.
Well, I could give you some tips. I'm very good at horses.
Well,
you horse girl, you.
What else is a princess going to do? I'm so bored, and I don't like needlework.
Get married, have babies. Well, continue the line of the throne.
The line of the throne is taken care of. I'm 14th in line. They'll be fine.
I'm tempted to suggest something else, but I'm really worried at the moment.
What would you suggest, Captain?
Not in polite company.
God.
Get a room.
You flatter me.
Quite specifically what I was thinking of.
Uh-huh.
I do think that we need to try and find Mr. Connor if we can. I believe that he's responsible in some way for what's been going on. He was the one that disappeared before anybody else disappeared.
Well, no. Your man was already missing. My girl was already missing.
True,
Jaime was missing, but he's found.
But that was from amongst the servants. I don't believe the servants are responsible. I believe
who's responsible.
I believe Mr. Connor is.
But why? This meek man who couldn't even speak to people.
It's always the butler.
His demeanor changed after the announcement of what happened with Lady Dorsey.
But okay.
He suddenly looked far more together and comfortable.
Well, we do have a checklist of the house. We could still work that off, but we saw things that weren't there. So how are we going to believe what we see?
Well, we have one of three options. We either stay here, we either keep everybody in and we stay here until morning, until morning at the very least, and then by the light of day, see whether or not we can either fix the cars or ride to go and get help. Option number two is to search the house.
What time is it now?
It must be 11 o'clock at night, something like that. 11:30.
11-ish.
11-ish.
And the third option
is to go to the horses right now and start riding.
Leaving everyone.
Leaving everyone.
I couldn't leave Edna.
I understand. I'm not suggesting that it's the best course of action. I'm merely pointing out that it is a possible course of action. My gut feeling right now would be to gather everybody, servants remain in the dining room, everybody else remains in the ballroom until morning, and we don't go out alone or at all if necessary, unless absolutely necessary, in fact.
So we're going to have kind of a slumber party in a ballroom.
I wouldn't be getting any sleep, but yes, you're.
No, I wasn't saying sleep. I was saying slumber.
Yeah, well, I believe that it would be the safest option.
I don't know if we can do that. Just sit here, wait until some madman comes to kill us all.
It's not my preferred course of option. My preferred course of option is to go and get the horses and go and ride for the constabulary. But I would feel.
Leave all these people.
Yes.
Are you an accomplished rider?
Accomplished enough.
Miss McCown, I'm sorry. I interrupted you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm thinking.
That was my question. Yes?
It seems that we've been seeing some things that may not be
entirely real.
Exactly. And if this is some sort of elaborate prank, maybe, the cars, we can double check. I'd be happy to do it.
You think the cars might not be broken?
I mean, it's worth a shot. We've seen, things that aren't there, that sort of thing. Maybe there is a chance that.
You hear from behind you, Mr. Sterling, go, excuse me, did you say the cars were broken? My car is in that garage.
Oh, is it?
Which one's yours?
One of the ghosts. I believe someone else here owned a ghost, but one of them is mine.
Miss McCown knows one. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
I prefer my color palette.
Understandable. Well, Mr. Sterling, would you like to perhaps
come check your car?
Certainly. I mean, I'd never let a lady go out alone at night anyway.
I would be happy to escort you as well.
I think we'll all go.
I agree. If Mr. Sterling's car is available for transport, then we should all go to the constabulary.
Certainly, but wouldn't that leave? Forgive me. He steps away from the Montgomerys for this part and goes, wouldn't that leave no one of
I'm sure Dr.
intellectual means in charge?
I'm sure Dr. Roy would be.
Where is Dr. Roy?
That's part of the problem.
Miss Stone is a friend of the family, very known to the house. I think she can keep the fort, can't you, Miss Stone?
She's still flipping through an atlas and doesn't really seem to respond.
Miss Stone.
I'm fairly certain.
And to be fair, the Montgomerys are a sacrifice that I'm quite happy to make. So.
Captain Elliot!
Well, considering Edna just won most of my month's wages, perhaps you're right.
Edna's a dear.
That's one word.
I mean, it's just to the carport. I think we'll be okay.
Miss McCown has
I agree.
apparently been here before. I'm sure the two of us will manage this.
Yes, I'm sure. Let's go. Come, Captain Elliot.
And I open the door, invite the ladies to proceed, and make sure that Mr. Sterling is. I want to be following Mr. Sterling. I want to make sure he's in my eye line
Very
at
good.
all times.
He precedes you out into the lobby along with Miss McCown and Princess Sophia. And as you step into the lobby, you see two familiar figures.
Who?
I believe they're known as Reeves and Alide, which is where we're going to take a break.
Okay, brilliant.
Fine.
Reeves, you and I need to have words.
Anita, I'm so glad to see you.
After the break, children, after the break.
After it, I'm going to be off my...
We'll take 15 minutes and then we're going to come back here and we'll see what happens.
Fantastic. See you.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If you get a second during break, you should check out one of our amazing sponsors. We're now proudly sponsored by Roll20, the best virtual tabletop for all your role-playing needs. Over 4 million people use Roll20's virtual tabletop to power their favorite games. And with more modules than you can shake a stick at on their new revamped storefront, you'll definitely find something for your group to enjoy. Sign up today by clicking the link below or heading to roll20.net/start/WTTP. Tabletop Loot is an amazing place to get your dice bags, dice boxes, and more. And now you can get 15% off your purchase at tabletoploot.com by using the code WTTPDICE at checkout. Tabletop Loot. Your party starts here. While you're at it, check out our so awesome merch store, So Nerdware. So Nerdware is the place to find all your Welcome to the Party merch and other amazing stuff too. Head on over to sonerdware.com and use the code WELCOME at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. So Nerdware. It's what the nerds wear. Devin Rue, the amazing mistress of maps, has kindly supported the channel since the beginning and provides graphics for many of our streams. Head on over to rueinc.com to check out some of the best fantasy cartography on the web. Our Patreon supports the creators and producers of the channel by providing Roll20 subscriptions, cost coverage for video hosting, and more. If you want to support the channel while getting podcasts a week early, gaming articles that are published on Patreon first, a shout out during our break, and more, head on over to patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg and throw us a $1 or $5. And last, but certainly not least, help out the party. Subs and bits not only support the stream, but also every 500 bits or a tier 1 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a reroll or system equivalent, and every 1000 bits or tier 2 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a crit or system equivalent. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. The game will be back in just a few minutes.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
And welcome back to the second part of Call of Cthulhu Deviant Diners. We're back. We left off. Some of us never left, let's be honest. We left off in the reception area, grand hall of Salisbury Hall, where Miss McCown, Princess Sophia, Mr. Sterling, and Captain Elliot had just left the ballroom to head towards the garage to do things with cars that may or may not be broken, depending on who you ask and when.
Yes, and then we saw...
And then you saw two familiar-looking figures, namely Reeves and Alida.
I will walk up to Alida and hug her.
I'm gonna take Reeves to one side.
Alida just sort of goes, "Ma'am."
I know, but you were... I thought you were dead. Where were you?
I just took your suitcases up to your room.
You weren't in my room. I was laying down for 2 hours.
But we just got here.
Darling, it's 11 o'clock at night.
No, it's not. It's like 4:15.
Is there any windows here?
Yes, quite a lot of them.
Okay, is there light coming through?
No, it's dark.
Okay, darling, it's dark out. It's evening.
Well, that's new.
I've been looking for you for hours. There's been a murder. Someone's dead. I know.
Someone died?
Yes. And
She picks up Freddy automatically.
Yes. Yeah. No. I'm sorry. I should compose myself. That's why.
What do you mean hours?
Yes, hours. We've been looking for you and other people.
No, I took the suitcase upstairs, and then I came back down here to speak to the servants about your preferences to make sure you had everything you need, and then that was it. I was gonna go back upstairs and get ready because you need your hair done. You need your hair done for after dinner.
I did it myself because they couldn't find you.
And it looks wonderful.
Yeah, well, it was hard. I don't know how to do it.
Maybe just let me get a few. And she actually starts fixing your hair, and there's like bobby pins being moved.
Yeah, no, trust me, this is not the most important thing. The most important thing is that you're safe.
And while you're babbling, she's still fixing your hair.
Is there someone that looks like a Nathaniel?
No, currently this is all the people that are in the lobby.
Okay.
Captain Elliot was pulling aside Reeves.
Yeah, I'm going to pull Reeves aside and say, "My good man, I've been looking for you for hours. Where the hell have you been?"
Hours, sir? I just took your all of your items upstairs and left.
Yeah.
And then I came back down to start exploring.
What time do you think it is?
4:15, 4:30?
I show him my watch and point outside. My dear boy, it's about 11:30 at night. There has been some very weird occurrences in this house.
Apparently, sir,
Before we left,
I swear to you, I just came down those stairs.
My good man, I'm quite happy to believe you. As I said, some very weird things have happened. First of all, Lady Dorsey has been murdered. Secondly, did you mention to anyone where we were leaving before we left?
No.
Particularly any member of my family.
Oh, I haven't spoken to a member of your family in 11 days since the last time.
No, that's absolutely fine. I'm just checking. I'm trying to eliminate possibilities here, my good man. Look, at the moment, I think it's best if you remain around to help with the security for the ladies here. And I pulled a snub-nosed revolver that I picked up off the body of Mr. Sterling, which is that still there? Or is that gone as well?
gone.
Okay, and I'm gonna take quiet. I'm gonna say to him quietly. Are you armed?
Always.
Excellent. Make sure it's easily available and to hand. And I'm going to step back away and say, we're heading towards the garage. I said, Reeves, follow me. Yeah. My man Reeves is as well. My man Reeves is missing about 7 hours.
This stone was missing time as well.
Yes. This seems to be this is why I want to get out of this bloody house.
Yes. I don't want to split up.
No, I agree. Well, look, I think either your maid should either come with us or she should go to the dining room and stay with the other servants.
As you say, I don't think we should split up. As you look around, it's you, Captain Elliot, Reeves, Alida, and that's it.
Miss McCann? Where's Miss McCann?
Where's Mr. Sterling?
Alida? Can you please just come stand within, like, arm's length of me? Because... Did you see them leave?
No, I didn't.
Alida? Reeves?
No, Your Highness.
Freddie?
Freddy is too busy licking Alida's face.
Yeah.
Right.
While he's getting belly pets. And while you're wondering where everyone went, we will cut to Miss McCown and Mr. Sterling, who successfully snuck out while you were fuzzing over your people.
Right.
And are outside on their way to the garage. Garage? Garage. I like garage better.
On the way to the garage, I'm just gonna kind of pull him to the side, like off to the side to where we're not easily noticed.
People looking out of the front hall can't see you.
All right, Mr. Sterling, you've got some explaining to do.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean, ma'am. I thought we were going to look at cars.
Oh, you will.
I'll have you know I am happily married and I have no interest.
Well, good for you. I'm not interested either. Okay, so here's the deal. Don't ask me how I know this because it doesn't seem to have any logical connection. But there's a notebook in your pocket.
Yes,
A list of
obviously.
names.
Perhaps.
Who are these people?
I'm not sure myself. I copied the list.
Can I do a psychology roll to see if he's lying, telling the truth?
You can?
Okie dokie. Ah, that's okay.
That's also too many to spend luck points on.
Oh yeah.
It might be a good point to remind our viewers that they can give us bits, and bits give my players chances to make anything a success, provided they don't fumble. In case you want to help them along.
Okay.
As Princess Sophia enjoys dessert, apparently.
Well, how about we start with this on that list? Mrs. Price, Mr. Marquez, Blue, Sterling, Dorsey.
Yes. You see why I needed to copy this list? Anything that involves me or mine, I'm interested in.
And you have no idea what this could be.
I copied it from Lady Dorsey's secretary. I'm not sure what it means.
Okay, and exactly who is Lady Dorsey's secretary?
No, I meant her desk, ma'am.
Oh, her desk. Forgive me.
It's the vernacular, I understand.
Oh. See, there's one little problem with that. That desk
Just
is
one?
empty. Well, yeah, sure, if we're being coy, just one.
The desk wasn't empty before dinner.
Well, it's empty
Or
now.
rather, during the first few courses of dinner when I went up there.
Well, Lady Dorsey was alive before dinner, so. Yeah.
It's a good thing you're not there.
There.
Can I force mute players? Is there a setting for this?
Okay. And was it empty when you went back up there to check her body?
I went up to check her body, not the desk.
Mm-hmm. All right, fine. Let's go check on the cars.
No. My turn to ask questions.
Okay.
How do you know about this notebook?
Like
And
I
the
said,
list, and the desk, and that I went up there to check her body. I've been very forthcoming, Miss McCown. I think I'm owed some answers of my own.
okay, well, the list, again, that's not really something I can explain. There's some rather odd things happening here, and...
So people keep saying.
Well, see, a group of us went to go check because we thought we saw a man in a silhouette of a figure in Lady Dorsey's room, and to us, it seemed as if you were dead.
Interesting, considering I feel very much alive.
Yeah, that's...
However, going to explore a room because someone saw a silhouette and me seemingly dead doesn't explain the list.
That's the thing. We checked the body and there was a notebook with the list. I know it doesn't sound logical, but...
Seeing figures in windows suggests someone being outside. When was this?
When I went to go check the cars with Miss Stone.
And when did you find my dead body?
After.
And by then the desk was empty.
Yes.
Do you know who the people on the list are?
No.
Make me a roll for at least some of those.
Okay, is it just general intelligence, or?
I'm looking because you don't really have bluff. I think fast talk, because you're thinking fast, trying to lie to me.
Nope.
I do believe, Miss McCown, you're not telling me everything. Or at least not everything you're telling me is true.
Okay, yeah. I know at least one of the names on the list, but...
Other than mine and Lady Dorsey's, that is.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who I am?
I know who you claim to be.
Who I claim to be.
I know there's more to it, but with all due respect, my dear, I didn't find you interesting enough to dig too deep.
Fair enough. So are we going to continue this awkward line of banter questioning, what say you, or should we actually go do what we came here to do?
I think you've told me what I need to know. I think we can go look at some cars.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we?
Let's.
Poodle off into the dark. Onward to the garage.
Can we assume to have left the place going to the garage as well? Because that's where we were going.
Yes, and considering the time they spent pulled off to the side and talking, you're not that far behind them.
Cool.
All 4 of you.
Hmm.
5 of you, because we're just going to count Freddy.
All 5 of us.
All 5 of you have left the building. And you head towards the garage. And not too far ahead of you, you see Miss McCown and Mr. Sterling also heading towards the garage.
Okay.
Miss McCown, I thought we agreed not to
Split up.
split up.
Oh, forgive us. We just, wanted to check the cars.
No, it's fine, darling. It's just I worry.
Oh, completely understandable considering everything that's happening here.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, it's you just seem so relieved to find your people that.
No, absolutely.
Yes, well,
Mr.
yes.
Sterling. Mr. Sterling, what can you tell me about Mr. Connor?
Oh, well, he's one of Lady Dorsey's friends. He isn't my type of man. We've reached an understanding where Lady Dorsey attempts to invite him when I'm not there and vice versa.
So how come you both happen to be here this evening?
Apparently there was an extra special surprise that was more than a new necklace or some new charity or some political rally.
Any indication as to what that surprise might have been? Or might be?
No, she just, she was very excited. Apparently this was gonna top everything. Make her daddy proud.
Apart from her, who else might have known what this surprise was?
She can't have done it alone.
Well, if she didn't tell me, she might have told Miss Stone.
We asked. She seemed very genuine in not knowing.
I suppose Mr. Murphy or Lady Montgomery?
Mr. Murphy?
Lady Montgomery? Edna?
Oh, they're very close.
Well,
No,
Well, considering Lord Montgomery was such good friends with her father, Lady Montgomery has played quite a significant role in her life.
But
Sorry, what? You're very quiet.
Lord
I
Montgomery.
shall ask Edna.
Well, Lord Montgomery, Lady Montgomery seemed to be genuinely interested in finding out what the surprise was, at least at dinner. So
That would suggest she didn't know. Then yes,
Yeah.
perhaps
And
Mr. Murphy.
Mr. Murphy,
You've met him?
have I?
I mean, he's the head of household.
Oh,
Used to be the valet.
Mr.
Oh yes, the meal housekeeper.
Oh, yes.
Very
yes.
Was he still in the dining room with the rest of the servants?
Last time you checked,
Okay,
didn't seem there.
We'll go and speak to him after we've checked the cars.
All
I
right,
hope we can take the cars.
then
well.
you don't need to check on him.
I'm going to go and keep matriculating down the field towards the cars.
Excellent.
I've got Reeves like on my shoulder. He's right there.
Mm-hmm. And the women folk.
The women folk.
Are you leaving your girls?
No, I assume that they're following closely behind it. I'm checking to make sure that they are. I'm leading, so in case anything.
So you're leading. Reeves is on your shoulder, and then behind you are Sophia, Irene, and Alida.
I Irene was
And
with
Mr. Sterling.
Mr. Sterling, right?
Oh, and Mr. Sterling is along with Irene. Yes. Well, apparently no longer, because Elliot and Reeves are storming
but-
ahead. You reach the garage. It is dark, and it looks to Irene at least exactly as she left it.
Okay. Reeves, go and check the Phantom.
You open the door,
Mm.
and as you enter into the garage, you see a number of gleaming cars. It still looks like the garage used to be stables that were converted.
Yeah.
And how did you leave the cars when you left last time?
I would have at least like put the hoods back down, or
Bonnets? Yeah.
yeah.
Pull the bonnet down. That's the thing.
Yeah, no, you just see the cars. Mr. Sterling sort of brushes past you on the way to his ghost, very concerned. Gets in and tries to start it, has no luck.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to start my car.
Cursing and comes out of the car. Your car doesn't start either.
And I assume Reeves has no luck with mine. Okay.
No. Reeves is already halfway under the hood.
Okay.
At least this still seems to be true. Not everything changes when we leave a room.
Well, the fact that we've come back here now twice and all the cars have been disabled means that somebody has some kind of sinister plot. Nobody goes around disabling cars for no reason. Especially,
everybody needs a hobby.
well, murder and sabotage don't seem to be generally hobbies of people that I want to associate with. To be fair,
I'm just trying to find some lightness in this dark evening. But I'm just glad that something is staying the same. It's not
yes.
back and,
Well,
oh no, they work.
Though to be fair, this is kind of something I almost wish it hadn't stayed the same.
I
Of course,
couldn't
but
agree with you
still,
more.
The world is not that crazy yet that everything changes, and I'm sorry, that makes me a tiny bit more positive.
Yeah,
Nope, don't blame you there.
At least some reality is going to remain stable.
Exactly. Now,
I assume Reeves has got no way of fixing the car.
No, there's parts just not there. Like, pieces of the engine have been taken.
So same as last time.
Same as last time.
pieces have been taken. Can't you just? We have two of the same cars here. Can't we just put some of?
They
that
took the
car
same pieces.
into... Oh, okay. Well, it's
Yeah.
just an idea.
It's almost like someone
And-
knew what they were doing.
Mr. Sterling, do you happen to know anybody on the grounds that has some form of expertise in, well, this?
Honestly, me, but why would I? The driver's gone home for the evening. I assume if you drive yourself, you know what it looks like under the hood.
I know what it looks like, but that doesn't mean I fix it.
No, but breaking something is easier than fixing something, and just grabbing a handful out of every car and taking it with you is a fairly safe way to break anything.
The question is...
The question is why? Why would
precisely.
they want us stuck here?
Well, unless we're playing 10 Little Indians.
Last time I played 10 Little Indians, my employer didn't die.
My Dutch might be shining through. 10 Little Indians?
It's a book by Agatha Christie, which a group of people are invited to a party and start dying one by one.
Well,
It
that
is quite an
sounds-
interesting book.
Look,
This
so
sounds
far, only one
delightful.
person has died. We're
Well, you...
Yes, you believe I'm dead, and yet I'm here. I'm moving past that and wondering why someone killed Lady Dorsey.
Well, yes.
Oh, I don't want to...
Didn't you say your maid and your man were missing for several hours?
Yes,
Yes,
and I don't want to
we've
bring
now recovered them.
any alarms, but if I'm going to buy into all this, hokey pokey weird stuff happening. Alida and Reeves, you all both seem to be missing just about 7 hours of time, but don't
Or so they claim.
But
My
don't
man wouldn't
feel
lie to me.
like any time has passed. I gather Irene Miss McCown, I'm sorry, has filled you in on us finding you very much not alive.
Or so she claims.
Well,
You must understand, considering I'm standing here, it's very hard to believe I'm also dead.
How would I know that you've got a snub-nose revolver in your right-hand jacket?
oh, and a gorgeous watch on a chain there.
Those are easy enough to guess. Or
And that
see
notebook?
when I'm sitting down.
Well, how
Then
about a book-
I will give
how
you the
about-
notebook. I'm assuming one of you picked my pockets.
Excuse you!
Perhaps
Oh,
not-
Fifty.
Perhaps not one of you
Very.
specifically, but one of your people.
Oh,
There
my
was a
people.
very
What?
there was a very shifty 16-year-old around at some
No,
point.
he wasn't shift. He was just.
He
drunk.
was too drunk to function.
He was a miscreant and a terror, and I don't
Mr.
trust him as far as I can throw him.
Mr. Sterling, I was trying to make a point. My point is that if we were to buy into these things actually happening, then maybe something is wrong with time.
Something is wrong
And-
with time.
And I am very, very afraid that we didn't find you as you are now, but you as you are going to be. And I would rather prevent that if any possibility to that is possible. Yes, we saw you lying there, dead. Now you're here. I'm very glad. Let's try not to have you die. I don't believe any.
I am very much in favor of me not dying, but you must admit your story sounds a little
A little. It sounds preposterous.
hysterical. It sounds
sounds-
insane.
Oh, well, yeah.
insane. Yes, but
My
either
dear boy,
someone
I've
is-
I've served in the military and in
As have
military
I.
intelligence. I am telling you what happened. It would be rather unwise of you to suggest you're doubting my word.
well, mine. I mean,
Or Her Royal Highness
thank you.
also saw precisely the same thing.
Either someone is playing a very elaborate prank on us,
The question
or something is actually really, really not okay right
the
here.
question you would ask yourself is what possible motive could either the princess or I have for telling you this unless it were true?
Roughly the same things you're yelling about, a prank? Or something's very wrong with you.
Do I look like I'm joking?
Do I look like I enjoy this?
I don't think I
If you looked like you were joking, it wouldn't be a very good prank.
It's not a very good prank in the
and if
first
something, if I may, if something were actually wrong with any of us, then how would we know these small specific details? How would we have similar experiences? Madness is.
I've been pickpocketed in bazaars in many countries. I'm sure either one of you or one of your people would have had no
yes.
problem going through my items
Sterling.
during
Putting-
any
and
part of the
putting
party.
them back perfectly as well.
Mr. Sterling, if you suggest that I'm lying one more time, you and I are going to have a very, very serious problem. Do I make myself absolutely clear?
I am perfectly content to no longer admit aloud that I would consider you're lying. And he turns around and leaves the garage. If you please excuse me,
You are.
my
excused.
employer has been murdered, and I would like to know what is going on.
Oh, yes, of course, and we don't? Why aren't you not working with us?
He's already walked away.
So rude.
We should have asked him about the strange going on before this party. Perhaps that would have persuaded him a little bit more that there's possibly something more here.
But
Oh, trust me, he's the kind of man.
he would be aware of these things taking place. It's not difficult for Mr. Idiot to put one and one together.
Captain Elliot, I am really. I wasn't lying. That I think we should see time being distorted in any way as a
No,
real possibility.
I accept it as, however improbable, it is a possibility. I in no way think that what you're suggesting is beyond the bounds of possibility.
You were saying something about a Mr. Humes who was telling about improbability. Well, if people are missing time and we have seen possibly a future outcome, then
We need to go and speak to Mr. Murphy and see whether or not he's aware of whatever this surprise was.
Well, I don't want to be here anyway, so let's go back.
Put it this way: we lack the information at the moment to form a coherent theory.
Well, I don't think formal and coherent is applicable to anything that's happening here.
No,
This is.
I agree, Miss McCown.
Yeah, we need to figure out what's going on. We keep getting lots of little pieces, but nothing of substance.
I agree. Let's go back. Let's go back into the house.
Please,
We're
Alida,
not going to get
stay
anywhere
close.
else in the garage. Reeves, Alida, come with us.
They follow docilely.
Excellent. Go back to the house.
All right. Can I get an order in which people are walking across the grounds?
Reeves and I will take point.
All right. And then the women behind you, while Mr. Sterling is already ahead.
Excuse me, I will object. Could Reeves maybe stand at the back so not one of the ladies?
Yes,
The
absolutely.
last one. In
So
line.
many guard the rear jokes.
Yeah. Yes, I'll have. If that would make you feel safer,
Well,
Princess, I would be
Captain,
more than
our
happy.
attire is less suited to maybe
Self-defense.
yes, beating off an assailant.
Believe me, I'm hoping that you're following closely enough behind me that isn't going to be an issue.
Yes, we all hope. Just let's be sane about this.
Right. Well, I'll take point
we
anyway.
still can.
If you want Reeves to follow up, follow up.
Point women Reeves.
Yes.
Dog.
Dog. Duly noted. Dog. Can I get a spot hidden for the trek back to the house?
Wow.
Nice. I keep waiting for more results, but there's only 3 of those today. It's like, oh, waiting for the rest. Nope, there is no rest.
Look, I'm rattled. It's fine.
You're a little nervous. It's been a weird evening. Captain Elliot and Princess Sophia, as you're heading back up this gravel path towards Salisbury Hall. It's not so much that I know I made you roll a spot hidden, but it isn't so much something you see as much as a feeling you get. And the reason I'm stalling, it's because it's very hard to describe, and I don't know a lot of words, but these are difficult ones. You feel a little shivery, but you're not cold. And do you know that feeling when you're in a roller coaster and you're just over the highest point and your stomach goes up a little?
Yeah.
Yeah, that feeling just washes over the two of you.
I'm drawing my weapon. Did you feel that?
Yes.
Right. I'm going to hold the weapon down by my side so that.
How's Freddy doing? Is he growling or sniffing, or is he just a happy doggo?
Freddy's a little freaked out. His tail's between his legs and his hair's all puffed out.
Captain, the dog is also not happy, and I trust Freddy with my life.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Miss McCown, they're suddenly drawing weapons.
Yeah. What are you feeling? Why?
I feel like something very bad is going to happen very shortly.
Reeves didn't feel a thing, but because you're drawing, he's drawing.
Lena, come close.
I've
He's turning around to look behind you.
Yeah, I've learned to trust my instincts on these things.
You know what? If everybody else is doing it,
Alida, hold Freddy. And I'm going to draw as well.
Alida is currently the only unarmed combatant and carrying a dog.
That's a dog!
She has...
It's
Stop or I'll throw my dog at you? How do you see this playing out?
No, she's holding his leash and he can attack.
Yep, nope, duly noted.
I never owned a dog. You can teach them to do that stuff.
Not something of that size.
You have... Well, no, he's not that small. Actually, he's a Quaker.
He's coffee table height. He's not that small.
Bite ankles. Ankle biters.
No, calf biter. He can almost...
There we go, yeah.
He can actually reach your knees if he tries really hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a bag dog. What do you call
Right, a toy.
Purse dog.
No,
it's
he's
a
not a
real
purse dog.
tiny...
Yep. No.
No, he's...
No. Like I am going to. This is ridiculous. If you think I have like a chihuahua, it's not.
No, they're about...
Maltese poodle.
They're roughly knee height.
Okay. Right.
You all draw your weapons. Reeves turns around to guard the rear.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say, okay, we're moving to the house.
All right.
Let's get inside.
Together as a group, you
Together as a group.
head into Salisbury Hall.
Okay, I'll open the front door and I'll remain at the door waiting for everybody to go inside and then follow them in.
Everybody successfully enters the hall.
Awesome.
I guess once we reach the hall, I'm gonna go ahead and put my gun away. No,
Yeah.
why start a panic?
Yeah, I will reholster the weapon
All right.
and put my gun away.
Thanks for that. That's just what we needed.
Do I have to roll sanity for this?
For the bad puns? No. Nobody needs to roll sanity for bad puns, otherwise I won't survive my marriage. You're in the lobby.
I got it. Right. Dining room.
You head into the dining room.
Mr. Murphy.
No response.
Does anybody know where Mr. Murphy is?
He went to escort some of the ladies to the kitchen to get some water for all of us. We've been here for quite a number of hours.
No, absolutely. That's fine. When did he leave with the ladies?
A few minutes ago?
Thank you very much. I'm going to move towards the kitchen.
I'm following.
All right.
Yeah, well, yes. We're not splitting up anymore.
No.
It's a fairly... Well, the kitchen's pretty much adjacent to the dining room, so you enter the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Mr. Murphy, who appears to be consoling a younger woman who is on the floor as he's wrapping cloth around her arm, while one of the other women is sort of using 2 frying pans to like get a piece of stone back into something.
We did leave a note.
And Mr. Murphy goes, "I'm sure you did, ma'am," as he's just wrapping up her arm.
Did someone open the pan and open the teapot that was in the pan?
We needed the teapot to make tea.
There was
You
a
don't
note
have
on
more
there.
than- How do you not have more than one teapot?
This is a very dangerous piece. That's why we tried to put it safe. The note was there for a reason.
Mr. Murphy, if I might have a moment of your time.
I'm a little busy dealing with whatever this is.
What surprise was Lady Dorsey planning for after the meal?
Oh, God. Does it really matter right
Yes,
now? Don't we
it
have better
really-
things to worry about? She's
No,
dead. My maid is hurt.
Mr. Murphy,
That piece of stone burned her.
remember your place and answer my questions.
Thank you.
Oh snap.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What
Sir.
was the surprise that Lady Dorsey was planning for after the meal?
There was going to be an unveiling of her prized possession that she finally got back.
Fantastic. And what was this prized possession?
I don't know exactly what. I know it used to belong to Lord Dorsey, and he lent it out to some fancy place for study, and they kept it for years, and it finally made it back home.
What was the name of the fancy place?
I don't know, the Smithsonian or something?
Ah,
Oh, the Smithsonian.
Yes.
ah.
Is
Okay.
that Miss Jones?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
And
Oh.
what exactly was this prized possession? Did Lady Dorsey or Lord Dorsey never mention it or talk about it?
I know it was small enough to be contained in a small case, but like a briefcase-ish, and I know neither Lord nor Lady Dorsey, despite my many years of faithful service, never trusted me enough to actually show it to me.
And they didn't mention what it was, a statue, a piece of jewelry, a book, an item? Anything?
Something from the Americas. They only ever called it the artifact.
The artifact.
Mr. Murphy, I can assure you, as much as it hurts, Captain Elliot had the unfortunate acquaintance making with this stone as well, and he's doing just fine. She'll be okay, but can you please put it safe, because it is rather dangerous. That's why we tried to
Yes,
put it
well,
away.
we didn't see the note at the time. It was on the floor, but
Oh.
I can
So
assure
someone-
you we will find a better place for this.
But if the note was on the floor, someone must have gone through the kitchens.
Apparently, I don't think people are as inclined to remain in their rooms as you've been ordering them to.
Well,
If I may, have you
Trust-
ever seen
I'm
Thank
sorry, I
you.
didn't catch all of that.
this stone? Have you ever seen it before?
No.
The artifact.
Trust me, Mr. Murphy, that we're not containing people for fun.
I understand. At the same time, I assumed the police would be here by now.
Yes, but the phones aren't working. The cars have been, what's the word, disabled? Someone wants us here very, 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 very much.
Behind you, you hear this maid go, "They're going to kill us all!" And just starts crying, runs off into the dining hall,
You're not important enough to
throws
kill, darling.
herself into the arms of some of the other maids. He says, "It's a serial killer! They're trying to keep us here for whatever purpose."
Oh, you're not
You're not
important
important enough
kill.
to kill, darling. It's
Don't worry.
probably me or the captain. Or Miss McCown. She's very famous.
It's your soothing words fall on deaf ears.
Alida, I don't know how to talk to these people. Can you help?
I'll go and talk to them, ma'am.
What? Oh, no.
As she starts walking away from you.
No. Just
Nope.
stay here. I'm not
Yes,
leaving you
ma'am.
out of my sight again.
If
Mr.
okay.
Murphy, one more thing. Miss Stone talked about Anatole spreading rumors and some of your staff leaving because they were seeing things.
Complete superstition and nonsense.
I understand. Humor me.
Look,
Humor
towards
me.
towards the end, Lord Dorsey, through whatever illness he may have contracted or old age, was less than lucid, and he found a captive audience in some of the staff, including Anatole, and there was a lot of nonsense about things in mirrors and people down dark hallways, and I give no credence to such nonsense. Like, I know they're not that clever, which is why they're staff, but if there's just that much chatter going around, at some point you have to let people go, and some of them left, and, we just needed to keep the sensible ones. The ones who could do their jobs.
I truly understand, Mr. Murphy, but
I have a household to run. I don't have time to babysit fragile man-children. Or their women.
Is this your custom? Just talking through royalty? I
apologize.
Yes.
You asked me a question and I attempted to answer to the best of my ability.
Yes, I see. Humor me. Let's assume they were all right. All right about all of it. There is something going on, there are dark corridors, there are ghosts in mirrors. Is there any specific place they all saw this, or told you they saw this?
I'm afraid it seemed to encompass most of the house and grounds.
Most of the house and grounds. And you've never yourself had any weird dreams or seen something you shouldn't see?
I can assure you I have not.
Insight check. Doesn't exist.
You can psychology him.
Yes, I shall psychology him because I don't believe a thing he's saying.
But he's so harmless and innocent.
No. I have an extreme success.
Nice.
I'm only. That's just.
Have you heard the expression lying through their teeth?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
You are rocking these rolls today.
Next time, I'm going to have fumble and fumble.
Do you promise? Because it would be really sad if you're the last one sane and everyone has to murder you.
I know. I'm going to lose my dog and then I'm going to fumble everything. My dear Mr. Murphy, a few minutes ago you tried to talk over me, you tried to dismiss me, and now you're lying to me. Trust me, I know. I will not think you're insane, just tell me what you have seen. Now.
Yes. Can't hear a word you're saying.
Keeper?
Is this better?
Yes.
Much better.
Yes.
There you go. I regretfully inform you I did not receive a streaming microphone for my birthday. So we're making do. It's fine, I'm getting a raise, I'll get one soon. No, I'd like the princess to make an intimidate check, considering the way she's speaking to this poor man. Oh, yes.
What?
You're barking your butt on your I'm royalty and you're beneath me worm. This isn't charm, this is intimidation.
I know, my charm didn't work. He talks over me. Fuck.
Would you like to spend a little over 60 luck points?
I don't have a little over 60 luck points.
For a moment, he seems to be considering what you're saying, and then he just...
Be charming. Yes?
He sort of gathers himself, and he just sort of goes, I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
There's no way I can charm him now, is there?
No.
Okay, can I just take a step back and whisper to Captain Elliot, he's lying, you try.
Tag team to poor Murphy.
Like, do you know who I am?
I have heard of you, sir, yes.
Right. I have two reputations. One of which is extremely, and the other one is extremely irrelevant. The one that you should be focusing on is the fact that I've been in military intelligence. Do you understand me? I know when
Perfectly,
people
sir.
are lying to me.
It doesn't help that the princess whispered it to you, but yes.
So I
Whether
was
or not the
right.
princess... Exactly. Now, part of military intelligence is interrogations. We can do this one of two ways. You can either tell me what you know right now, or my man Reeves over here is going to make you suffer until you tell me exactly what it is I want to know.
With all due respect, Captain Elliot, both you and your man Reeves, you're mere mortals, and nothing you can say or do could make me suffer more than I already have.
I'm going to pull out the gun and put it to his kneecap. Are you absolutely sure?
Yes.
I let out.
Yes, I am.
I'm gonna turn my head a little bit.
He seems completely calm.
Yeah, this is really scary. And
His
very
pupils
worrying.
aren't dilated, no beads of sweat, breathing steady, calm, collected.
What do you
Right,
mean?
He might as well be petting a dog right now. He's that zen.
I'm incredulous. This is mere mortals, and what are you? You're not a mortal?
Of course I am. What else would I be?
Well, very, very
At-
stupid.
At the moment, a really disrespectful peasant.
Yes.
So,
Oh, like we're all anything else but cattle.
speak for yourself, dear boy.
Oh no. You'll come to understand. You'll see. And once you see, you'll know.
So you
I'm-
do know more.
At this point, I'm seriously thinking that this guy knows exactly what's going on and is involved in the death of Lady Dorsey in some way.
Oh, for sure.
Yes. We've just heard that from him.
I think we should.
Mr. Murphy,
Yes, Captain
I'm going to
Elliot.
ask you to lay face down on the ground. If you don't do exactly what I tell you, I'm going to put one in the back of your head. Do you understand me?
I understand many things. As he
Do you understand?
lays down on
understand
the
that?
ground.
Okay. Reeves, put his hands behind his back, hog tie him.
He happily allows himself to be hogtied.
Fantastic.
Is this wise, Captain?
I think it's wiser than leaving him to safely run around, don't you?
Yes, that's true, but it seems a bit
Barbaric?
crude.
While
At the
Reeves is
moment.
hogtying him, you hear him go.
Reeves, please make sure.
This man seems quite mad.
Yes, that's why I'm restraining him, or at least one of the reasons I'm restraining him.
Just that reason.
Not just that. Honestly, whilst Reeves is tying his hands and knees, I'm kneeling on his back with the gun flush up against the back of his skull. If this guy so much as twitches, I'm going to put his brains all over the kitchen floor.
He, I mean, you've been in this position before, considering your previous experiences.
It's one of his favorite positions.
Number 2, number 3, maybe. You know.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the top 5. Considering, normally people, when you do this to them, they're either trembling or wetting themselves or both.
Yeah.
This guy,
He's way too calm.
very chill, very calm. It's like, yeah. Very
Okay, I'm
zen.
going to turn around to the other people that are still in the room. There's the maids.
Yeah, one of them with a bandaged arm. There's Alida.
I'm going to turn around to the one with the bandaged arm and say, "Tell me what the hell is going on in this house."
She looks completely terrified, tears in her eyes, and goes, I swear, sir, I don't know a thing. I just needed to make tea.
That's fine. What? I'll turn to the other one. Is she scarily calm as well, or is she
No, she's freaking out. She's staring at Mr. Murphy the way people stare at a rattlesnake.
Okay, so it's not just me then.
No.
Okay.
This time, it's not just you.
Fantastic. Reeves and I are going to physically drag this guy.
Yep.
Out of the kitchen and into the dining room.
Okay. The rest of the servants look severely spooked as you're dragging the head of the household into the dining room,
I think
and
I'll
he just sort of.
stop you. No,
Okay.
I think I'll stop you before you do that, because carrying the head of a house into a room with all his servants, Captain, that's can't. If you want to panic, that's exactly what you're gonna get.
To be honest with you, I was hoping to try and flush out those of the servants who were on his side, and those are the ones who weren't.
Well, you want to see who
That-
panics?
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad idea.
It's rather cruel, but you seem to know what you're doing. Alita?
Put it this way: if it's him or me, I know precisely which of those two I'm choosing.
Well, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
Right. So I'm going to get Reeves to physically. I assume this guy's gagged by at this point. Yes. You're still muted.
Is this better?
Yeah. It's much
Yay! Different audio port.
better. That's superb.
I
And,
have 4 more to try after this. No, once you asked Reese for him to be gagged, he did get gagged.
Fantastic. And I'm going to literally drag this guy by the collar on the seat of his ass all the way through into the dining room.
A very charming visual, but yes.
And open the dining room door, drag him inside, turn around to the servants, and say, this man is suspected of being in cahoots with the person who killed Lady Dorsey. He is to be kept guarded. And I look around the room to see if there's any of them that are...
Same. Can I also look
General
around?
psychology check.
Woohoo. General psychology check.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be really bad.
General psychology?
Yep. Oh no!
Where's mine?
I don't know. Where is yours?
Yours is a hard success.
I'm fine.
That was the previous one.
No, that was
Because my intimidate was the last one I rolled.
All right, fair enough.
Oh yeah.
the one before that was an extreme success.
Yes.
Yep.
Out of all the people currently in this room, they all look terrified
Well, Captain,
Fantastic.
and freaked out.
I think your experiment worked. These people are all very, very panicked.
Perfect. We know we can trust them then.
It's a good thing you don't get what's going on here. Trust me. It seems your head of household is corrupted. Might be a good word, Captain.
I think some
They just look
corrupted,
confused. They're not sure
betray-
what you mean by the word corrupted.
No, me neither.
I-
but
Some enterprising
Something
footman goes,
is-
"Did he kill Lady Dorsey?"
I think he may be in league with
might.
the person that did.
You see,
And I
their confusion turned to anger.
yes.
Excellent. I want two of the largest footmen to stand on either side of this guy. Leave him tied, leave him gagged. Don't harm him yet.
Lyndon. Yes, you.
Yes, Your
Yes.
Highness.
I would like you to be one of them. I trust you.
Yes, ma'am. And he puffs up his chest, as foolish men do, and stands over him.
Now, don't harm him. We may need him later. Right, Captain
Yes,
Elliot?
yes, Your
Yeah.
Highness.
I'm all new
Yes,
to this.
you're not allowed to harm him unless he tries to escape, and then harm him enough so he doesn't escape again.
Right.
I want him alive.
Yes. Okay. You were interested in Jamie before?
Jaime. Jaime.
Jaime.
Jaime.
Hey, me.
Is he still passed out?
He started talking in his sleep, but we shut him up again. But he's wet himself.
Oh, try and clean him up if you can. I know he's probably he's had a bad time of it, but even so.
Yes, sir. Will do, sir. Maybe we were thinking, the doctor could come get him.
As soon as I can, the doctor seems to have disappeared off somewhere. As soon as the doctor returns, I will get him to come and see to the boy immediately. If that's a good idea, thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll wait for the doctor, sir.
No problem. Otherwise, I'm going to I will get a few pitchers of water and some nibbles sent over or brought in.
We sent someone for tea, but
Yes, no tea. I'm sorry. Or maybe one of the fancy teapots. The teapot is occupied.
Yes.
we'll use the Sunday wear.
Whatever. You have my permission to use whatever wear you want.
Thank you, sir. You see them starting to open cabinets that have, like, you already had the party platters, but there's there's a fancy party set and there's a less fancy party set, and then there's a fuck my parents are coming over and I have nothing else set. So they just start pulling stuff from cabinets.
That's fine. And I'm going to physically walk from the dining room to the kitchen, grab an armful of food and walk back again.
They're very grateful. They've been here for hours, and normally they eat after the party has had dinner, so most of them are fucking starving.
Okay, well, I'm going to grab like whatever fruit, loaves of bread, cheese, stuff that they can just eat without having to do anything with, and bring it back to the dining room. And then I'm going to get 2 or 3 large pitchers of water and whatever bottles of a couple of bottles of wine or whatever cheap wine I can find, and bring that in.
I will say, though, going back a bit to the psychology rolls, Irene?
Yes.
Considering the roll you made, out of, like, a man was basically thrown into a room and people were looking for reactions.
Sanity?
The only suspicious person for you was Captain Elliot.
Oh. Okay.
Like, why would this be a good idea? Why would he even do this? He already admitted he was seeing things? Like, you understand the princess being charmed by him and going along with his plans?
Mm-hmm.
But where is he getting this?
Uh-oh.
Yay, fumbles.
Yay, fumbles. The perfect thing to sow paranoia amongst the party.
The dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
These are not dice, this is an algorithm.
The algorithm giveth and the algorithm taketh away. Fine, have it your way. Currently, the algorithm is telling Miss McCown there's something about Captain Elliot.
I miss my dice.
Well, to be fair, she's right. There is something about
There is something. Yeah. Maybe not quite what she's picking up right now, but there's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not sure, but there's definitely something.
It's something quite a little bit off. By the way, this is the first you would have heard about the fact that I've been in military intelligence.
Yeah, for both of you, his reputation is as former military, like, semi-distinguished, but mainly party playboy.
Well,
Military intelligence is a whole nother level.
I'm not surprised. Military intelligence is usually the only military I have to deal with because they check where I'm staying and all those boring things.
And they clean up all your scandals.
Well, scandals.
Well, not scandals because they clean them up.
Exactly. So I'm only very pleased because
Like, finally another military intelligence to clean up my mess.
Well, This time it's not mine. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No, so far the princess has been acted in a perfectly decorous way.
On her best behavior.
Indeed. Very much behaving herself. As has been Captain Elliot, to be fair. He's been.
Yeah, I know. You're just not seducing any women right now. I don't know what's wrong with you.
To be fair, I do have other things on my mind.
There's always time for a little seduction.
Well, yeah, if I get a chance to throw it in here, then.
Is that how you call it? Throwing it in there?
Well,
Sprak het hertje.
Ja, oh. Aniek, echt, ik krijg...
I'm sorry, I just severely insulted our dear princess in Dutch.
Yeah, she did.
Because I couldn't help myself. I'll explain after the stream.
Okay.
Because, cats and time and cliffhangers. I'd like to know what you're doing.
I'm really
Captain Elliot does feel the stare of Miss McCown weigh heavily upon him.
Okay,
Things pass.
I'm so tempted to smack Murphy in the chops. I really am. I want.
Will save? Is there such a thing?
Not well. There's a. No, not really. Sorry.
No.
Should we?
You can roll psychology to see if you can
No
expect
chance.
it to have any effect.
No, I doubt it will. He's so blissed out at the moment.
He seems very happy. He has a very large grin on his face. It's very.
Yeah, that's concerning.
Yeah, that is.
Did you just call my face concerning? Sorry.
No, I called your NPC concerning.
That's valid. He's concerning.
Yeah, he is.
Should we maybe search his room, as he is the best suspect we have right now? This is quite invigorating. Something finally happening.
That's a very good idea.
Thank you.
I'm going to take Lyndon to one side and say, do you know where Mr. Murphy's quarters are?
Yes, sir. He has a room upstairs, back of the house. But if you get out of the servants' staircase, directly to the right.
Okay. Thank you very much. Please keep him here.
Yes.
Ladies,
Sure.
if you'd like to join me.
Alida has taken over fuzzing over the injured maid.
Alida, stay with me, please. She'll be fine.
But ma'am, her hand, it looks really strange.
I know, and she has many colleagues to help her.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean strange? What does it look like?
But look, ma'am, her fingers are turning black.
Black?
Captain? How's your hand doing?
Tip of my finger?
Do you know what it's a very common CGI effect when the veins are starting to look a little black?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Bugger. Right. I want to go and search Mr. Murphy's room. I suggest we stay together whilst we do it.
You should stay with me, please.
Yes, ma'am. Of course, ma'am.
Can everyone be warned?
She just sort of scoots her over towards the cook.
I'm sorry. I just really I need you to stay with me. I've already lost you once. I know you don't feel like it, but you've been gone for 7 hours.
I really haven't, ma'am, but I understand.
Well, how do you explain it's dark outside then?
I don't know, ma'am.
Come on, Alida. Niet zo. Ik lieg niet tegen je. Geloof me nou maar, er gebeuren heel veel rare dingen hier.
Ik lieg toch ook niet? Het was gewoon 4:30, weet ik veel.
Maar nu niet meer.
Nee, maar toen ik...
Oké, maar er zijn mensen dood. Oké, I'm sorry. Let's just go.
Okay.
Let's just go.
Yeah.
I'll say, Lyndon, Hobbs, come with us. I'll get 2 of the other footmen to stand on either side of Mr. Murphy. He's hogtied.
But the princess told me to stand
Okay, well, look, I.
I'm
Stay.
sorry.
In which case,
Just
that's absolutely
which one
fine.
of you I'd outrank?
Listen to the princess. I didn't realize she'd asked you to do something already.
Thank you, sir.
No
Her
problem.
Royal Highness requested that I stay with Mr. Murphy, and I feel like I should.
No, that's fair enough. We've
Thank
got directions anyway. Ladies, if you'd like to accompany me to Mr. Murphy's room, let's see if we can find some further information.
Look where this blackness is right now. That we can see it's not spreading.
It's
still
already-
have you-
It's already spreading.
Yes, but put it like a nice line around it with your fountain pen to see how fast it goes.
If Dr. Roy were here, he'd just tell you to take a bath.
Yeah, drink some water with
I don't-
lemon.
Sadly, I don't have any leeches.
Amputation's also an option with
Exactly.
doctors back in
Right
those
there.
days.
Right there. Just take a bone saw.
Well, I don't want to be scary, but if it creeps up your finger,
Then I'll worry about it when it gets to the knuckle.
all right.
Okay.
Okay.
We're walking.
You are. Tell me which stairs you're taking.
Well, it
Servant
was-
stairs.
Servant
Yeah,
stairs. You
because
go.
we know where it is.
You
Yeah.
do.
Top of the
Been here
servant
before.
stairs, too.
Nothing weird happened when you went up here last time.
We didn't lose people or anything.
Marching order.
No.
Same
I'll
as
go
outside?
first. Reeves can pull up the rear.
Reese at the rear.
With Reeves being behind us, I'll be right in front of Reeves. I'm trying to keep my distance a little bit,
No,
Fair
that's
Fair
fine.
enough.
Captain Elliot.
All right. As you head up the stairs, all
I'm
of
sorry,
you.
My beer exploded.
Yeah, I saw it go.
Yeah.
You're heading like the first floor. There's nothing too chilling. As you head more up and you come to the same landing you were last time, Captain Elliot once again hears, "It's okay, Poppy. He said he'd find us. Just
I
hang in
turn,
there, okay?"
and I turn around and look at the princess and say, I can hear my sister's voices again.
Is she threatening? Is she?
No, she's just speaking, but I can still hear the voice.
Okay, let's just put that in a box and keep going.
Yeah, no problem. And I'm going to try my best to ignore the fact that I've got my sister's voice in my left ear hole.
You can
And
make a sanity check for that one.
Oh, of course I have to.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to go well.
Oh, this is so. Oh no!
Oh.
You can't lack sanity.
Oh.
Christ, I can't use points. Okay, yep.
Nope.
Slowly eroding away.
Very, very slowly.
That'll do. I'll take the slowest pace.
A whole 1 point gone.
You
That'll-
put it in a box.
Speaking of boxes,
Put it to the back.
let's break into Mr. Murphy's room, if necessary, and go
Alright.
searching this place.
You open the door to the main
Fine.
hallway. First door on the right is Mr. Murphy's room.
Yeah.
I think I'd like a spot check from absolutely everybody.
Okie dokie.
Nice. Not nice. Also not nice.
Huh?
Captain Elliot, as you push open the door to Mr. Murphy's room, it's actually kind of hard to miss. The first thing you see is the rather bluish, somewhat bloated face of Mr. Connor with his tongue half hanging out as he's on the floor.
Ah.
And the rest of you mainly notice, even though Reeves is still bringing up the rear, Alida and Freddy are gone again.
No! Don't
Oh.
take the dog!
And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh,
I hate you so much.
oh,
Oh, another good session.
yes.
Another good session. Thank you very much, Annie.
At least Alida and Freddy are together, you know, somewhere, somehow.
I really-
Darling. Sorry.
I need my dog.
I know.
Oh.
You're rolling way too well with that dog. I am done with your dog. And also, dead Mr. Connor. But
Great.
again, this is where we are.
No. Let's just be very clear. Blue, Mr. Connor.
Blue and bloated.
Yeah. But
We're also learning that dead doesn't always mean dead. So
Everything's relative. We discussed relativity at the start of this session.
yes.
Well, that's 3 off the list now. If
I
Indeed.
would like to finish up. You can continue your righteous indignation in the Discord after this. We have a welcome to the party Discord where we actually have a separate chat for Deviant Diners where everybody can freak out about absolutely everything I do to them or to the players. I'm supposed to thank the people who followed, subbed, etc., but that's mainly me, our producer Anthony, and I think Kay herself.
Yeah,
Just us,
subbed today.
really. Thanks to us.
Go us.
Go us. I think that's a good theory in general. We still have to thank our sponsors, Roll20, Tabletop Loot, Devon Rue, and So Nerdware. They're all amazing. My bank account is hurting because of all of them. And let's see, we also have a Patreon. That's also a way to give us money so we can keep streaming, and we have like paid Zoom accounts instead of free Zoom accounts that make us log out every half hour, which would be sad. And after we go around and do our outros, we will be rating Blue Sky Wolf 09, who is playing a D&D game. In case you want something a little more D20 and a little less D100 and making people cry. Having said that, I am still going to do outros first, and we'll go in reverse order. So we'll start with Captain Elliot. Who are you? Where can we find you? And how much do you love me?
Enormous amounts. Answering the last question first. It's I'm Cy on Discord, or Simon. At DDarkReaver on Twitter. You're welcome to come and have a chat with me anytime on Discord or on any other platform that you can find me on. Thank you very much to our keeper and also to our production guy, Anthony.
Excellent. Princess Sophia. With scary amounts of sanity, I will get you. I don't know how or when, but I will get you.
Well, you already took my dog and my maid, so you're
Again.
Yeah.
I love the keeper. She's so pretty and she's so good at She's the best friend you could ever have. Also,
I know where your house lives.
Yes, and you have very, 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 very bad pictures of me to show people.
I know. It's called the Ogre Folder.
Yeah. Anyway, you can find me just about anywhere as Lana Lacefer, which is Dutch and unpronounceable, so just look here about how you write it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want my dog back.
Yeah. Maybe next time. Irene. Miss
Hey.
McCone, I mean.
Yep.
If that is your name.
Dun dun dun. No.
I didn't take your dog, at least.
I don't. Yeah. Well, thank you for not taking my non-existent dog.
Always a
Hey.
bonus.
Little things in life. Kate, also known as Undead K on the internet. You can find me on Twitter, where sometimes I remember to post things at, well, down below K_undead. You can also find me on Discord. I'm on the Welcome to the Party Discord. Also, you can find me here at 8 p.m. Eastern playing Blades in the Dark, Drop Point Nights, or Drop Point Nigels, as we have so lovingly started to call it. Tonight, we're probably running quite possibly probably running like a one-shot thing for reasons in life and stuff. Other than that, you can also find me on play-by-post thing that actually our lovely producer Anthony is one of our DMs for. Pirates, trauma drama, all that fun stuff. 18 and up sort of a thing, but lots of fun, lots of mischief, lots of driving our DMs into madness.
Be warned, I joined and I had like 300 messages because I went to bed at some point. They post a lot, is what I'm saying. It's a very involved community.
We talk a lot outside of, though, to be fair.
It was a little crazy, and I love you, but I muted you.
That is fair.
Tiny point of order. We should roll for luck.
You should roll for luck.
Oh, we should. Yeah.
Those of you who spend luck points.
I did.
I should.
I did.
God, I did.
These rolls today.
I succeed. So that means what?
You get to recover some.
The people who succeed get to recover some.
I got an extreme success.
I'm afraid extreme doesn't do anything. It's a critical. That would make you extra happy, but the ones who succeeded get a d10 points worth of luck back. So you get to roll a d10. / roll d10 works.
So, a big 3.
Big 3. Strong 3. Ooh, big 8.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, we know which one of you Roll20 prefers. I will outro myself really fast before we go on to raid Blue Sky Wolf, because D&D is also awesome. My name is Aniek. You can find me at Aniekster on Twitter mainly. I have an Instagram, but I always forget I have it. My Twitter is mainly politics and art, so tread carefully if one of those isn't your thing. Next up on this channel is Drop Point Nights, actually, I think. There's a bit of a gap, and then Kay is straight back on here. And
this is what I do with my life.
I would judge you, but I'm in 8 RPG campaigns, so that would be extremely hypocritical.
Yeah, I think I'm in like 5, soon to be 7, possibly, but that's...
Yeah, well, as soon as this is over, I'm on something on Scraticus Academy. It's once you start, it's hard to stop. But for now, we are all going to wish you a good evening. We hope to see you all next week, when hopefully Miss Johnson and Dr. Roy are back to join us for all the mayhem, and we are going to go raid Blue Sky Wolf.
Bye,
Bye,
thank you very much for joining us.